And welcome to week number 1 of the MEA M3 series here at Road Atlanta. I'm SSR Mayhem bringing you tonight's live action as we got 16 drivers ready to rock and roll. The only one that I've heard so far that hasn't made the show is Chum from AMS. However, on the B lobby side of things, there is no way to watch that tonight as we don't have anybody broadcasting that race, but 16 drivers, I should say, have started that race as well, and I was there to make sure that everything rocked and rolled good, and those guys are gone and they have had no issues the first 2 laps, so we just left there as the lead was leading the race, and we had a couple of latecomers for that race as well to show up, so they are also taking part of the event for non-qualifiers who started the tail end of the field. But nonetheless, we got the A lobby action here tonight, and really excited about this series. This was a series we wanted to do last year and was not quite able to get it together in time, and it just didn't work out. So otherwise, we've been able to get everything put together. We got the series rocking and rolling, so it should be a great night of racing here at Road Atlanta, and the field looks pretty stout, a lot of times very close. We got guys close to the 18s, if not below 18s, and some guys in the mid to high 19s, so it's going to be a really good field of drivers. And real soon here we'll get off the qualifying order for these drivers, as qualifying took place on Sunday. And if you're just tuning in, we also have the Corvette series as well starting this Sunday, and so a lot's going on here at MEA, but a lot of fun and exciting things, new adventures. We love getting out new series, and it's one of our favorite things to do, and bringing on this M3 series is definitely the treat, and we're excited to have that as well. So starting on the front row, he has taken the pole position, and that would be RZM Breeze from Rise, also used to be known as Aerox Motorsports. New team name, and it looks pretty good there. And right behind him is Servi, as he starts in second position. Right behind Servi will be Hydra, used to be known as Aerox Merc. Merc making his first appearance, as well as all these other drivers in the M3 series. Right behind Hydra would be SSR Bobberts, starting in the 4th position. Right behind him would be Standing Jewel. Standing Jewel was really strong in qualifying. Gotta keep an eye on him. He's probably gonna be a driver to keep an eye on here tonight. AMS Beast Shadows, not too far off him as well, as he starts right behind him. AMS Chum, not with us here yet. Maybe he will come a little late. Who knows? MNR Elgard, now known as MRT Elgard, as he is now on a new race team alongside the remaining teammates that he once raced with at MNR. So that team collaborating with a new team has merged together, and we'll see how that goes, as the future is yet to be untold to them. MEX Senna in racing form here tonight. Right behind him, starting in the 8th position, right behind Senna, AMS Custom Dips. Glad to have him with us, as this is his first MEA series ever with us. SVR Ryko, he starts right behind Dips, and right behind him will be SSR Nicole. Following Nicole will be SSR Sin, making, I believe this is his first full-time series, so Sin getting the last one last week. Glad to have Sin along for the ride. And right behind Sin as well will be SSR Bash, and rounding out the field will be KJM 82. It looks like CJPert is right there, actually. I kind of missed him, so I got him in line. So the only driver we haven't seen here yet would be AMS Chum, and if Chum doesn't make an arrival here in the next minute or so, we will be going without him. But it seems like everything's running on time, and if you're just tuning in, also, I always have my chat box up down the bottom right-hand corner. And hello, Godzilla, glad to have you back once again, and everybody else that's here tonight. Hope you guys enjoy the show as we get ready to rock and roll and get 44 laps of racing here at Road Atlanta underway. The only thing I forgot to add there was a quick stop, so we'll get that put on there as well. And the drivers will take one pace lap around the track. They will double up after being single file as they get to the back straight. When their car hits the start line, not when the leader hits the start line, but when when their car hits the start line, it will be green for them. This is a green to checkered race, so you know, if things go wrong, but anything can happen. It's a long race. We've seen it in the GT Championship Series, the NASCAR Series, a long race, no reason to get a little antsy early on. So right now, we're just waiting for the drivers all to ready up, and we'll get ready to rock and roll. So real quick here, as soon as we just make sure everybody's lined up, and they are, get ready to go underway. Now, I would typically drive the pace car, but because I'm the only commentator here tonight, we're not going to pace car around. So here we go, all the drivers ready to lock and load. We'll go through the order once they start moving here, and just to let everyone know, the odds are on the inside at the start of this race. The evens are on the outside. So just to keep that in mind. Now, whether or not they understand that in their party chat, all the drivers are together in there so they can communicate with one another. They know the rules, they know what's going on. This is our our third series that we've ever done rolling starts, one being the Prototype Challenge last year. We did the NASCAR series, which was rolling start, and now for the first time ever in the M3 series is a rolling start as well. So, starting on the front row, number 855 out of Rise Motorsports is RZM Breeze. Right behind RZM Breeze, starting in the second position, will be Servi. Right behind Servi, ESV Hydra. Starting in the third position, formerly known as Aerox Motorsports. Right behind him, SSR Bobbers, starting in the fourth position. Right behind him, starting in the fifth position, Standing Jewel, and you've got a paint scheme. I really like that, actually, in the 697 machine. Right behind him, AMS Beast Shadow, starting in the sixth position. Following Beast Shadow is MRT Elgard, looking to make a mark as he had a successful season one, or I'm sorry, his first season in MEA back in the GT Championship Series recently, finishing, I believe, in the top 5 of the points out of 100 drivers, so you got to keep an eye on as he progresses his racing career here. Right behind him, MEX Senna, looking for a better season than what came upon him in the GT Championship Series this past season. Struggled throughout most of it, had a couple of good solid weeks to finish out the season. Right behind him, AMS Custom Dips making his first ever appearance in the MEA Series, starting in the number 656 machine in 9th. Right behind him, SVR Raiko in 10th. Right behind him, the SSR Nicole in 11th. Following Nicole, SSR Sin. And 13th, Bash. 14th, KGM82. And rounding out the field, SSR CJPert. So we'll start from the backside. And might be having issues. I really hope not. And they went too fast at the start, so it looks like they might have to go again around. Not sure what happened there. It looks like they just said go. It looks like no one caught up, so fortunate for the backside group. They agreed to back out. I'm sure we can make it restart. If they're all good with it, we're just going to go. As lap 1 starts here, Breeze is taken off, or wait a minute, Breeze is not, he fell off the track and fell back to about 6th here, so Servi takes the lead here in the first lap of the race. So an unfortunate start for the back half of the group as they had a hard time catching up to the lead group on that start. Right now, Hydra all over the back bumper of Servi right now, battling for the lead position. Breeze has fallen all the way back to 7th now. Not the start he wants so far as they complete lap number 1. Looks like KJM82 has dropped out of the race. Unfortunate to see him fall out early. Servi gets loose! Servi spins out! Right in the Hydra! Gets a surge beat! Looks like he had a sim twitch there, and it cost him some positions. That'll drop him all the way back to the 8th spot here. And he might fall back to even the 9th, but it looks like Custom Dips will lay off. So unfortunate, Breeze and Serby, two teammates from Rise Motorsports, having issues early on. Alright, so we're back here in the race. I do apologize, everybody. Not sure why that happened, but yeah. We're back racing here. Alright, so we're back racing action. Here's the enter lap number 6 now, and I have another glitch. Another glitch. Thanks for Forza. The back of the pack just didn't get up to the front in time. The front might have gotten a little too quick coming out of the chicane, which Stagger started the back group not having a really good start. But to give you an answer on Serby and Breeze, Breeze made a mistake on lap number 1, which threw him all the way back to the 6th position. Serby sim twitch going through the S's after defending against Hydra, and that sent him back to the 8th spot. Now he's back up to 5th as he's following Bobberts right now in the 4th position. Bobberts right on the backside of AMS Beast Shadow. Beast Shadows moves up through the field quite nicely so far. Hydra currently leading this race. He hasn't had anybody to worry about since Serby and Breeze both made early mistakes in this race. Side by side. Serby going to look to make the outside pass. And Serby does it. So just like that, Serby up to the 4th position right now. And right here, here's a surprise. Keep an eye on Standing Joel. He's right now in the 2nd position trying to track down Hydra. Standing Joel had one of the best laps in qualifying Sunday. And KJM 82's car is in the track still apparently. So we're going to get to watch that all night probably. So, nothing I can do about that. You guys want me to back out and try to get back in and try to move that car off my screen, I can, but otherwise, it's probably going to be there the rest of the race. So. We're going to go further back and see what's going on, and we see Breeze's car, and you see that Forza decided not to load in his livery, so we get to look at a base car from Breeze right now. So, thank you, Forza. You've done us proud once again. But here we go. So the back group right now between Elgard, Breeze, and Senna. Currently 6, 7, and 8 right now. Serby now moves up to the 3rd position, getting around Beast Shadows. So Serby making some moves here after falling off early in this race. He's going to have to drive really, really, really hard to try to get back up there with Hydra right now, as Standing Joel's trying to do that and track him down. Meanwhile, further back, pole sitter Breeze has struggled at the start of this race. Something was wrong early on that dropped him way to the back of the pack. He hasn't made a whole lot of ground since the incident, and is trying to get around MRT Elgard right now for that 6th position. I'm going to pray all night for this entire race that Forza doesn't keep kicking me out. It seems to be a trend lately here, so I hope you guys just bear with me. If anything happens, though, I will get back into the race and get us taken care of. Nonetheless, we're still racing here. We're going to go further in the back of the pack right now, see what's going on back there, as Raikou currently... Oh, Raikou has spun out! So Raikou having issues here, and it looks like he might be leaving the race. Unfortunate. Not sure what happened to him. And he probably did just leave because I just tried changing cars. And he has. So 2 drivers now out of the way here. Right now battling in the back of the pack for 12th place. CJPert against Sin right now. 2 SSR drivers going head to head here. pull up the race map, see how it's going on here. AMS Custom Dips is doing some action right now as he's now battling for the 8th position with Senna. Right behind him is SSR Nicole in the 10th position. She wants to get in on the battle right now as she didn't get the start they wanted at the beginning of this race. If you're just tuning in, and Nicole gets way wide going around that bend there. You missed the beginning of the race. A few things did happen. The back half of the group did not catch up to the front half in time. Being that the final chicane and where the final turn lie, it's really, really difficult to time that right. And the back group just didn't get to the line in time. They tried to give them a little bit of time to catch up. And then when they went green, Breeze had some issues early on. And then Serby had some issues. We've also lost KJM, 82, and Raikou early in this race. So a couple things have happened. We've still got 13 drivers on the track here. We're about to be down 10 laps so far, so we're going to see what happens. We still ride with Custom Dips right now as he's all over Senna. You still see Breeze up there trying to get around Elgard. Breeze is having all kinds of problems getting around the MRT driver. And that car sitting in the turn right here, that is so irritating. And Breeze looks like he's going to make a move, looking right there, but he had to get back in line right behind Elgard. Breeze has not been able to find the rhythm since the start of this race. Neither did Forza in trying to get his livery, but that's besides the point of what Forza does. Seems like Custom Dips just ain't getting the runs he wants. And it looks like Breeze finally got around Elgard. He goes to the outside. Breeze just getting to the pass. Can he hold on to it? He does. And Breeze making a move. Now moves him up to the 6th spot. So Breeze got quite a bit of work to do here if he wants to catch up to Hydra and the remaining drivers in the front, because right now Hydra has checked out of this race. And it looks like Standing Jewel is starting to lose ground on him, but the man that was in front of Hydra is now chasing down Jewel. Oh, Serby gets loose, or gets a little too wide, I should say. Has to hold on for dear life. He is pushing that car to the max right now. Standing Jewel just kind of sitting there, waiting for him patiently. Right behind them, it looks like a cluster of cars together. Right behind Bobbert says, the Shadow now has all over him. And Breeze is now making some moves here. The Shadow going to throw a block on Breeze. Breeze trying to get around to the outside. Nothing there. Now he's back in line as we go down the straight here. The Shadow is running really well so far in this race. Took advantage of a couple early mistakes in the race. Still with Bobberts. Bobberts got around the Shadow right now. A three-way battle for the 4th position as Breeze has now entered this contest, and we'll see here. Breeze looking to the outside of Beast. You see Standing Jewel and Serby in front of them. You gotta think Breeze wants to get out of this group as fast as he can. He was the pole sitter at the start of this race. He knows he can get the pace, but right now he's been battling lap traffic, but battling traffic with the other drivers as the Shadow doesn't get a good run off of the corner. He's able to hold Breeze right behind him. Breeze just hanging on tight right now. Bobbert's trying to maintain speed, but these two have not they haven't drifted off yet from Bobberts. They've been battling. But Bobbert's not really getting good runs so far in this race. And look at this, Breeze goes to the inside. But nothing there. He has to lay off going through the S's. Looks like SSR Nicole has made a pit stop in this race. So she's got her mandatory out of the way. And look at this, Breeze pinching his nose in. And Breeze got to run. Can he hold him? They're running around 19 flat, high 18s right now. At least the front 6 are. The back six are running mid to low 20s, or I should say mid-19, low 20s. And look at this, Breeze goes to the outside of Shadow, and he'll take the 5th spot away from Beast Shadow. So Breeze on a mission right now, trying to get through this group of cars here, so he can try to go for the win here today. But he's got to get a good run some solid times, and if he can get those times in, he might be able to get himself a top 3 finish here. But Hydra has ran away with this race. We go up to check out him right now, and here's Hydra all by himself. And he is all by himself. Nobody in sight. But he doesn't get a good run off the corner there. Gets a little loose, has to hold on to it. Right behind him, Standing Jewel, still in front of Serby. So look at this right now. Standing Jewel just trying to run consistent times here as Hydra made a mistake. You see him right there a little further ahead, but Serby now trying to gain some ground on Standing Jewel. Standing Jewel knows he's coming. You just got to run consistent, cover the inside lines. We'll go back to check how Bobbers and Breeze are doing, because Breeze was recently starting to gain some ground on him. And you see right there, Breeze right behind Bobbers as Bobbers gets a little loose, catching that apron right there. So Breeze now working on the SSR driver, Bobbers. Shadow not too far off into the distance. Shadow knows he can maybe get some opportunities here if Bobbers and Breeze collide, maybe make a little bit of a mistake, but Breeze gets a good run off the corner, has to get in line, hits the brake a little early because it looks like he's going to collide into Bobbers, but it looks like he's got a good run on Bobbers here. You see right there, Breeze right on the back side of Bobbers. He's got a run coming. Will he try to make the move going into the chicane? No, he doesn't. And Beast Shadow a little hard on the brakes there. You see Elgard in the background. Elgard's starting to make some moves here. And Breeze got a good run off the final corner. Check out how Elgard's doing as he's now gaining some ground on Beast Shadow. Got a little ways to get to him, but if he gets to him, he's going to give him a good battle, that's for sure. Breeze looking like he's trying to make some moves on Bobbers. We'll go back to that battle. As these two are still stuck together. Bobbers trying to hold his line so Breeze doesn't have the opportunity to get around him. And if you're just tuning in, this is week number 1 of the MEA M3 series. Its first season for 5 weeks. Right now your leader is Hydra. After 15 laps down, 30 laps to go. He's got a nice solid lead early in this race. Breeze, who was your pole sitter, struggled early, has now been trying to fight his way back up to the front. His teammate Serby as well, who was leading this race momentarily. And Serby's right on the backside of Standing Jewel. So Serby and Breeze doing some work right now as Breeze takes on Bobbers and Serby takes on Jewel. And right behind them, a battle between Beast Shadow and Elgard is going on. So we got 3 different battles going on up here into the front of the pack right now. And I don't know which one to pick, so if you want me to check out certain battles here on the track, please let me know down in the comment section box. I do have that up so I can see you guys talking. Robert's not getting a good run on going through 1. Robert's trying to hold him off. We're going to catch up. It looks like Serby's about to make a move on Standing Jewel. Serby tried. He looks to the outside. Didn't have the momentum. As they go into the double right-hander right here. Not Breeze, but Serby here is all over Jewel right now. And you see Hydra in the distance. Hydra has not gotten away from these guys immensely. He's been making micro mistakes mistakes. I mean, we saw him a little bit ago get a little bit loose, didn't get the run off the corner he wanted, but he's still in striking distance for both these drivers. So you got to think, if Serby wants to get to him right now, he's going to have to find a way to get around Standing Joel, and Joel's been running really consistent laps throughout this entire race so far, which is what kept him up to the front, and he's looking fantastic right now. We talk about consistent driving, and if you can drive consistently and get some speed, oh, Serby caught himself there. It looked like he almost got loose and was about to go into the wall. So Serby having to get a little bit of ground back as we go back and check out how Breeze is doing. Breeze yet to get some done on Bobberts, but look at this. Elgard now taking over the 6th position. It looks like B Shadow has made a pit stop, so it looks like this will give Elgard the opportunity to get some good laps in and possibly get around him before he makes his pit stop. So Custom Dips now behind B Shadow, as B Shadow, I believe, has made a pit stop. We're going to check that out real quick here because I want to see if he did happen to take a pit stop or not, or he got into a wreck. Oh, that's not what happened. B Shadow must have had an accident. So B Shadow has dropped back to the 9th position now. So not sure what happened to Shadow, but it's definitely cost him a few positions. He's now got passed by Custom Dips, and he's also got SSR Bash in the distance behind him as well. So not sure what happened to him, but we'll go back up to see how Serby's doing. As Serby's looking to make a pass to the outside, Standing Joel holds it onto the inside. Serby gets back in line. Serby is doing everything he can right now to get around Standing Joel, but Joel is doing a phenomenal job holding his lines and throwing the blocks when needed. But Joel, Serby's right on the back bumper of Standing Joel. They go down through the straightaway, heading into 1. Can Serby get a run? Serby to the inside! Side by side, going through 1. Serby will take over the 2nd position. Can Standing Joel get some speed back now to get on Serby? And Serby, just like that, takes the 2nd position, and now he can try to hard charge against Hydra. What a move by Serby. He was right on the back bumper going into the final turn, gets around the inside, going into 1, and Serby is now taking off. We're going to find out. It's a long race to go. Hopefully Serby can get some runs here. We can see a battle for the lead, and Hydra, you know he doesn't want to see that. He's going to do everything he can to get some consistent laps in and stay out front. But we're going to see what happens here as Breeze as well has moved up to the 4th position. So Breeze has also gotten around SSR Bobberts. So Breeze and Serby did some work and got the job done. Now Breeze is going to have to try to track down Standing Joel as well here. He's still in good range. I think there's a lot of laps left to where these guys can have a chance to track down Hydra. Hydra's been all by himself this entire race. He hasn't had to worry about anybody since about lap 3 or 4 when he was battling Serby for the lead. So right now, we're going to find out. Can Serby gain some momentum here to try to track him down in these remaining laps? We've got about 26 laps to go. Anything can happen as we get near the halfway point. And this has been a lot of fun to watch. So hopefully we can see some more action as we go back, and we're going to check out how MEX Senna's doing as he's all by himself as well, so not a whole lot going on there. We're going to pull up the race map, see if we can find something on there. It looks like 8th, 9th, and 10th right now. It looks like Bash is starting to gain some ground on Beast Shadow. Beast Shadow, we saw him earlier in the top 5 trying to do some battling here, and let's see here. And it looks like somebody might be concerned about Hydra's engine damage. Let's see if he's got some. It looks like Hydra's doing all right. No damage there. So we talked about that consistency thing, guys. If you're not consistent, it's going to cost you. When you're racing against guys that are just as good as you or even better, it's really hard to get away or gain anything when you're making minor mistakes. So Hydra right now looks like he's just making some minor mistakes throughout this race, but still got a nice lead on Serby. So anything can happen here as Serby's now coming out of the chicane as well. Standing Joel right behind him. Breeze not too far off in the distance as well. Serby has taken off from Standing Joel. Seems like Serby's having a tough time with that final corner though. So as long as he can maintain that corner, he's very, very fast throughout the racetrack. We're going to go back and check out how B Shadow's doing as B Shadow's been falling off the pace. B Shadow now has company as he's got SSR Bash not too far behind him now. B Shadow, oh, I'm sorry, no, B Shadow's the one tracking down Custom Dips again. Oh, Custom Dips gets a little loose coming off the corner of 1, but was able to hold on to it. Woo! Talk about a close call right there. Dips just hanging on for dear life coming out of the first corner. And B Shadow a little friendly there. Could have put probably a little bit more pressure on the gas, or might have bumped him out of the way, but was able to let him get back in line, so nothing too wrong there, as Bash is right there behind him, and he's probably thinking right now, you guys keep duking it out, I'm coming, I'm right there behind you, and Bash will be ready to pounce if anything happens between these two. But some good battling going on throughout this race. It seems like every single lap something's going on, and right now the battle for 8 is where it's at. See if Beast Shadow gets a run here. We saw Custom Dips get around Beast after Beast has a couple of issues within the last 5-6 laps. He was battling for the 5th spot, and ended up something happened to Beast Shadow where Elgar was able to get that position, and he's fallen all the way back to 9th place since then. It looks like he's regained himself, but Custom Dips goes into the pits, so woo, right there. You gotta think Beast Shadow wasn't ready for that, but he was able to manage just to drive on through, and sometimes the best thing to do is don't panic, just keep driving. Things might come, you know, could be bad or good, you just never know what might happen. So Beast Shadow got a little fortunate there, because that was a really close call, but Custom Dips being able to get into the pits, and he'll get some fresh tires and fuel for the remainder of this race, so he should be good to go for the remainder of the race. And we'll go check out if Breeze is not yet caught up to him. There's a few drivers in the pits right now. Looks like Sin, Custom Dips. Nicole, though, is coming around the final corner. Let's see if she gets around both of these drivers or not. She took an earlier pit stop right now. She's under 70% left of fuel. Not sure if the pit stop was planned or not. So you gotta wonder if she's gonna be able to make it on fuel right now, as Custom Dips is coming out of the pits. He'll stay in front of Nicole right now, as Nicole's a little bit on warmer tires. So we're gonna see if she can get a run on Custom Dips right now, as Dips is a little bit inside the grass. They're going through the S turns. So Nicole now putting pressure on Custom Dips, and it seems like even though he made the pit stop, it looks like maybe get away from Beast Shadow, because Beast was all over him. Now he's got new company, new friends. And Nicole, you know she's an aggressive driver. If you've ever seen Nicole race before, she is one of the most aggressive defensive drivers you'll see on a racetrack. She's not afraid to put her nose in where it might fit. So we'll see what happens here. Can Custom Dips get that warmth in the tires, see if he can try to pull away from her. And I appreciate everybody's comments, by the way, really do. Much love to all of you. Glad to have you here as well. Hope you guys are enjoying the race. It's been a lot of fun so far here, as right now Custom Dips still doing some battling, trying to hold off Nicole. Nicole got a pretty good run off of the final corner, and she's right there with them. We'll pull up the race map once again to check out what's going on track. It looks like Standing Joel, though, might be getting caught up by Breeze. Looks like Breeze might have not gotten a good run off of that, so we'll check that out real quick to see how Breeze is doing. And if you're wondering why his paint scheme is default, is because Forza decided to kick me out of the race originally, so we had to come back. And ever since, his car is the only car on the track that didn't get its livery put on. So we get to enjoy Breeze in the default paint. We'll just say he painted it himself. Right now, Breeze trying to do some work on Standing Joel, and this is what you might want to see right now. There's not a lot of time left, and Serby goes off the track just a little bit. So Serby making a minor mistake before hitting the long stretch, and that's going to cost him a little bit of time on Hydra. But Breeze right now really working here, as he's going to try to get around Standing Joel. He probably knows he needs to get around him now sooner than later, but it looks like lap traffic is starting to take effect for Hydra. So Hydra now getting into lap traffic, as he's starting to, I believe, not positive, yeah, the SSR Sin, currently the lap, or soon to be lap car if he can get to him. And let's see how Hydra handles the traffic here. Not a whole lot, but lap traffic changes the game. Sin in his first ever full-time series as a driver, normally in the paint booth and tuning area, is now going a lap down. So he goes down a lap. And Breeze has made a pit stop. Breeze and Servy both into the pits right now, as they're going to try to see if they can get these new fresh tires warmed up in time and see if they can track down Hydra. Standing Joel stayed out on the track though, so Standing Joel will probably hang out for a few more laps. He's got plenty of tires. Yeah, he's still got plenty of tires. I'd say another 20% before things start to really take effect. Seems like the M3 is a lot faster the more tire wear is on the car. At least when I drive the car, I like it when the tires get more worn out. I just feel like the car gets a little bit quicker through the turns, and it feels a lot better. I hate making pit stops late in the race with the M3. If I'm making a pit stop, it's an early pit. So Standing Joel going to stay out on the track. And so does Hydra. But going into the pits now is SSR Bobberts. We'll go back to check out how Senna's doing. He's right now tracking down Elgard. And Senna's got new tires, new fuel as well. So we'll see what Senna's got here. We talked earlier today about how Senna struggled in the last series here at MEA, the GT Championship Series. Got involved in early incidents, had a lot of unfortunate circumstances, and near the end of the season was running really well. Right now he's running that beautiful blue number 27 machine. Phenomenal paint. He always comes up with something new, so probably plan to see new paint schemes as the season goes along. Right now in front of him though, I want to see how Elgard's looking. Elgard, he's also got new tires, new fuel as well, so probably a couple laps difference between the two drivers. So Breeze, Servy, and Bobberts all taken care of on fuel and tires. We're riding along with Rise Servy here, RZM Servy from Rise Motorsports. Sin still the only car a lap down in this race. Cars are finally spreading out on the track, so all these drivers are starting to get a little bit of a gap on one another. You see in the distance, looks like CJPert, the next victim of Hydra, to possibly go a lap down unless Hydra decides to make a pit stop here soon. Hydra has not looked back since the beginning of this race, and he's making sure that everyone knows about it. He's running fairly consistent laps. We've seen him make a few mistakes as the race has progressed. He's not really been able to get away from the guys behind him, so to speak, but right now he's got a huge lead, and he will head to the pits. So Hydra ending pit road right now. Let's find out if Standing Joel will, though. And Joel will stay on the racetrack. He will be the new race leader for momentarily. So Standing Joel, your new race leader in lap number 27. And so we're going to find out, has Servy got enough ground to possibly see a striking distance, or is he too late? As Servy and Breeze both had early issues in this race. Unfortunate issues, so to speak, as you see Breeze right there, catching right before we change camera views. We'll get an onboard camera view, see how it looks like on Servy's view as Hydra starts coming out, and somebody... looks like somebody's backed out of the race. Not sure what just happened there. We're about to find out. And Hydra nowhere to be seen. SSR Sin has dropped out of the race. You see Hydra just now entering the turn, so Servy's got a lot of work still to do here if he wants to catch up to Hydra. Same with Breeze. See if anybody's with Bobberts, or is Bobberts alone too? Bobberts is, he's all by himself. go check out Elgard, see if he's got company, and Senna's still there with him, though. We'll see if Senna can track down Elgard. Bobber's right there, currently running 5th, right in front of these guys. Senna not really getting the best run through the chicane. So we'll go back a little bit and see how Beast Shadow's doing now while these two get together. It looks like, oh, look at this. Beast Shadow has gotten around Custom Dips. And if you're just tuning in, this is week number 1 of the MEA M3 series. I'm SSR Mayhem, bringing you tonight's action here at Road Atlanta. B-Lobby action still going on, but not being broadcasted at this time. But those guys got about 16 cars in the field as well, and doing some battling, and those guys took off really well. Actually had a better race start than these guys did at the beginning of this race. These guys got a little bit clustered up coming out of the chicane before going green, and the part of the back group didn't get up to them in time, so kind of fell off a little bit. And then after that, Breeze and Serby had their issues, and ever since, Hydra's just taken off. And look at that! Oh, Senna goes to the inside, going through the chicane! Off in the distance! MEX Senna makes a wild move going through the chicane, but Elgard not letting up just yet. He's right there still, so we're going to see if Elgard can make a run here on this next lap to try to challenge Senna, as these two have been going at it for the last 6, 7, 8 laps, and Senna finally getting an opportunity. But what a move by Senna. He just stuck it in down low, got side by side, and was able to come out on top through the chicane. So can Senna get a little bit of a run, or can Elgard stick with him and put a little pressure on him? And just in, SSR Sin had a game crash, so that will explain what happened to him. And unfortunate, you can never count on perfect connection all the time, and you just hope for the best, especially in esports games and anything that you possibly may do. It's one of those unfortunate things we hate to see here. So unfortunate to see him drop out, and also looks like Standing Jewel is now in the pit, so Hyja retakes the lead. We'll see if Standing Jewel is going to come out in front of Breeze, though, as Breeze was behind him. And does Breeze get him? Breeze does. So Standing Jewel drops back to the 4th position, as Breeze will take over the 3rd after some pit stops. Right now, the leader is Hydra. Right behind him is Serby, and then rounding out the top 3 would be Breeze with 15 laps to go. And just to let you guys know, after the race, we'll have post-race interviews with the top 5 drivers. We'll try to get them in here to talk to them after the race and get their thoughts and see how they felt throughout the start of this race, as we are 15 laps to go, and it's been a good one. Custom Dips looks like he's starting to put pressure on Beast again. We'll check that out. Nicole and Bash are doing some battling too as well. 2 teammates from Slapshift Racing going at it, while 2 teammates, and I believe the team owner of Alien Motorsports, doing some battling as well. So let's see what Beast Shadow can do here, as Custom Dips is trying to get around him. And you look in front of there, you see Elgard and Senna still going at it. It looks like Elgard hasn't given up off of Senna yet, but he is right behind him still. 3 battles near the mid to the back of the pack right now. The 12 drivers remaining on the racetrack. And you know what else, guys? The random M3 car is no longer sitting there in the final turn of the track, so I just now noticed that. Looks like Bash made a mistake and lost some ground on Nicole. Haven't really gotten away from one another. See behind them, Nicole and Bash as well. And it looks like Elgard got around Senna again. Maybe we need to go with those guys right now. Those guys swap positions back and forth. We will do that while we'll wait to see if Custom Dips can track down Beast. But these guys right here, Senna and Elgard, still going at it. Elgard retook the position from Senna after Senna's wild pass going through the chicane. And these two have not let up on one another yet. Alright, so let's see here. Can Senna get in front of Elgard here? We watched him make a wild pass earlier on him. Can he make another? I think he's too far behind him, though, to try to do that. Looks like Custom Dips lost a little bit of ground on B's Shadow. Senna's starting to lose ground on Elgard, so we've seen this happen once before. When I left them last time, Senna made that wild pass through the chicane. Laps to go. Right now the battles are in the back of the pack. Pull up the race map, you can see the race leader Hydro right there, and the next car behind him will be Serby, and Breeze right behind him, and you can see the gap that Hydro's finally put in. For the longest time he was having a really hard time getting a good run to get away from those guys, and Serby and Breeze were having to battle a lot to get to where they're at right now after the early mistakes. They've done a fantastic job, but they ran out of time, it looks like, so unless something might happen here, and anything's possible. There's 11 laps to go in this race. We'll probably see Hydro winning the first week here, but nonetheless, we've still got battles going on the track. Beast Shadow has gotten away from Custom Dips, but another driver has got to him. SSR Nicole, not too far off of Custom Dips here. We'll see if she can put a little bit of a battle on him now. What a race we've had so far. I mean, from the beginning to the end, there's been battles down every lap of the track. We've seen some early drama. And look at that, Custom Diff starting to get his groove back in, starting to get away from Nicole again. So Dips must have had an issue a couple of laps ago and just kind of lost his footing a little bit. We'll go back to these two, and look at this. Senna tracking down Elgard here. 10 laps to go. 15 drivers made the race. 12 remain on the track. Right now, the battle for 6th is on. And look at this. Senna trying to make a move to the inside, gets to the back bumper, gets pushed out to the left side of the track, but there it goes to the outside. Senna side by side with Elgard here. Elgard able to hold the inside. Senna looked like he had a run there, but had to back off. Can Senna make another move though here? These two have been going back and forth for the last 10 to 12 laps of this race. It has been nothing but sensational as these two are just not able to get away from one another. 1 second they get away, the next second they're back together. And they just won't let off of one another right now. So really hard driving between these two drivers right now. As Elgard's just doing everything he can to keep Senna back behind him. Senna got a good run through there. I think Elgard got a good run as well, so not a lot of ground to be gained there. Senna trying to get a nice run through one. Look at this, he's got a nice run on Elgard. Can he do something with it? No, he had to lay off just a little bit there. I think any less or any more, he probably would have took out Elgard going through there. So he's trying to do everything he can. Not wreck him, but he's trying to get around him. Back to these two in a little bit. Well, let's see what happens as we get up to the chicane, because it seems like that's where passes between these two can come from the most. Not sure he's close enough to make a move here, and he's not, so we'll get back up to him momentarily, but we'll check something out here. As Custom Dips starting to reel in the shadow, and it looks like Breeze and Serby now are getting near one another. Breeze is starting to gain a little ground on Serby. Gotta wonder how much these two are gonna do battling. If he can get to Serby in time. And once again, I have left these two guys and they have traded places. Apparently, they don't want to do it on camera. So maybe they're doing some dirty work. I don't know, but look at this. Elgard on the outside, he had a good run. He had a good run on Senna, just didn't have enough to try to do an outside move on it. We're going to hang out with these guys again because these guys are the battle on the track right now. We try to check out to see how Serby and Breeze were doing. And look at this. Elgard might have a better run, and he does. Can he get to the inside of Senna? No, he has to back off just a little bit there. Senna trying to throw a block on Elgard. Elgard right on the back bunker of Senna. Senna having to hang on for dear life. Elgard had to lift just a little bit there so they didn't wreck going into that turn. These two go again. We've watched this story before. They get by each other. The driver that gets by the other gets a little bit of a gap. And another lap and a half later, they close it back together. So this has been really interesting. These two have been going back and forth the entire race. And the only battle on the track right now A Custom Dips is currently trying to catch Beast Shadow. We might get to see a little bit of a battle going on between those two guys here. But right now, this is where the battle is at. You see right there that, oh, wait a minute, CJPert has moved up to the 12th position. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Excuse me, I was looking at it the wrong way. But here goes Elgard again to the inside. He touches Senna's car more than once. Wow. Elgard has been doing some work. I think Elgard's done more work than Senna has to get around each other. They've just been doing this the entire race. And, they pitted within 2 laps of each other. So the tires are pretty much the same at this point in the race. Elgard loses a little bit of ground on Senna. 6 laps to go in this race. We pull up the race map, and you can probably see where Hydra's at. He's now just getting into lap number 40, so Hydra getting ready to possibly seal the deal here. 5 to go. He just got to run consistent laps. He doesn't have to do anything crazy, so we'll see what happens as Serby is starting to get closed in on by his teammate, Breeze. And it looks like we have a battle brewing as Bash and Beast Shadow are doing some battling here. Not sure what happened, as Custom Dips apparently did get around Beast, so Beast must have made a mistake. We have a battle for the 9th position. You see right in front of them Senna and Elgard. A little further, still with each other. Beast Shadow dropping back to 10th. Beast has had a very struggling race. He was running really good early on. Had a lot of pressure from other drivers. He had a mistake, dropped way back. Bash gets a little loose. Bash hangs on to it. Beast Shadow just barely hanging on. And he'll take the 9th position away from Bash. Both of the drivers hanging on to their cars. Bash had to do a little bit more work. He almost completely lost it. Beast Shadow took the opportunity, almost got taken out as well, but was able to hold on to that 9th position. So right now, Beast Shadow, not only has he had an interesting race, it's been going back and forth for him, but it's almost a scary moment as Bash almost lost complete control. Bash gets loose going into the, coming out of the bus stop there. I'm sorry, that's not the bus stop. The left-hander coming out of the S's. And, wow. What a lap between these two drivers. So, a lot going on there. And Nicole back there in 13th, not sure what, or 12th, not sure what happened to her. She's dropped back. And she's about to go a lap down as well. Hydra not too far from her. And Hydra's just been taken off in this race. Or it's not Hydra. What am I seeing here? What am I seeing here, guys? Excuse me. Oh, she had to go back in the pits. That's what happened. Remember earlier, guys, Nicole had an early pit stop, probably had some damage. She had to make a second pit stop here, so unfortunate to see Nicole, as she's now going to get passed by Serby there. Serby getting around her. A lot going on here late. Not be able to keep up with all of it right now. That's what happens when you're a lonely commentator. You try to keep track of everything and it goes all over the place. Excuse me, guys, for a couple of miscues, but she's getting passed by Serby right now, and Breeze not too far behind her. So she'll probably get out of the way if he gets to her in time. With 3 laps to go right now, Hydra's pretty much sealed the deal here, but Breeze might have an opportunity if he can get to Serby. And Nicole lays off on the gas and lets Breeze go on by, so giving him a little bit better of an opportunity to possibly get to Serby to take that second position. You know, these guys being teammates, you know, they want to race each other the best they can, but being that it's an individuals champion, you know they both want to beat each other out. Breeze didn't get the start he wanted in this race, and ever since has just fallen way back. He's had to regroup. Serby, the same thing. Serby practically spun out, was able to manage to get back on the track, only lost about 4 positions, by 4 or 5 positions, so was very fortunate not to lose more. And Serby's off to the side there. What's going on with Serby? Not sure what just happened there. He let Breeze on by. Serby just let his teammate on through there, so not sure what happened there, but not sure what's going on. Serby's losing a lot of time. I'm not getting anything here that shows he's got any damage. Not sure if he's having some miscues here late. So Serby's falling off a little bit. We'll go back to check out how Elgard and Senna are doing. Still doing what they do best here, just kind of hanging tight with each other. So those guys kind of doing some work right now. Checking out how B Shadow's doing. He had Bash with him, but he's caught up to Custom Dips now. Custom Dips is under fire from B Shadow. So a few battles on the track still going on, still working around. Hydra has just led this race completely after Serby's mistake earlier in the race. This season's MEA GT Championship champion was his first series, his first title in MEA. Looking to get a good start here in the M3, but gets really, really wide off the final corner. You gotta keep it on the track, buddy. Don't want to let anything happen here. Don't run it too hard. You know, don't cost anything that you possibly cost more to hurt yourself, because you gotta start tight. And the way that these guys are racing this week, it's gonna be a good season, 4 weeks remaining, and these guys just we're excited to see the battle for the championship. Unfortunate for Serby and Breeze early on, as they had a little bit of some struggling moments, but Hydra just has not let up since he's been in the lead. And we're going to go back a little bit to see if Elgard and Senna are still close to one another, because they are the only battle on the track right now, and they have distance from one another. So it looks like, unless Senna makes a big mistake here, it looks like these two, their battle is complete. The guy we haven't talked about a whole lot in this race, Standing Joel, with a very impressive run in his first week here at Road Atlanta. Started on the top 5 of the race. He's been up as far as first after some pit stops. Was running second. Had to give up a couple positions to Breeze and Serby. It's been a pretty lonely race for him, though. He's been all by himself. Not a whole lot going on. So, final lap of the race is underway. And this just in. Your B Lobby winner, SVR Martin, takes the victory in B Lobby, followed by Honey Badger and Delete. That would be your top 3 from B Lobby. And it looks like everybody from the B Lobby finished the race. Only one disconnect from SSR Rebecca, making her first ever league appearance as a driver. She's a big-time drifter. Right now, we got Breeze and Serby doing some battling here. Can Serby get on the back bumper of Breeze and do a challenge here late? And coming around the final few turns, Hydra has just been on fire in this race. Never looked back, took the lead, and here he comes around the final turn. Hydra will win week number 1 at Road Atlanta. And he will be the points leader heading into next week. Breeze will finish in the 2nd position with Serby in 3rd. These two have had a long race, a struggling race, so it's good to see them recover. Standing Joel, one of the most consistent drivers of the day, finishing in the 4th position. Right behind him, MEX Senna. What happened to Bobberts? Bobberts had a lag out late. With only a couple laps to go, Bobberts lagged out. That gives MEX Senna a top 5 position. Wow. Elgard finishing 6th. Custom Dips and B Shadow still doing some battling, but B Shadow not enough. Custom Dips will take 7th. 8th will be B Shadow. 9th will be Bash. And 10th will be CJPert. 11th will be Nicole, as she had a very long race as well. And then Bobberts just disconnected late. Wow. So just stay tuned. We're going to get post-race interviews from the top 5 as ESV Hydra gets the first win on the season. So soon as Nicole crosses the final line, we'll get them in here. Actually, we'll start pulling them in now. The top 5 drivers, we'll get them on in and have them ready up. Get their potty audio on, and we'll go from there. So, what a race. Just make sure we get all the people in here. I think the last one I'm going to need is Breeze, and then we'll be good to go from here. So what a good week for number 1, and we'll talk to the drivers here momentarily and make sure that their party audio can be put on. I don't know if I set that up yet, so give me 1 second. Nope, okay. All right, so far we got 3 of the 5 drivers in here. And go ahead, guys, and put your party audio on. We're going to see if we can get Senna in here and Standing Jewel. So I believe Nicole just crossed the line, so we'll get the finals sheet put up on there. It looks like Bobbert's lagged out late with only a couple laps to go. Very unfortunate for him as a late race disconnect. It's probably the worst time to get disconnected, as it looks like we're waiting for Senna. But we'll give him another 30 seconds. But we're going to start anyways. Standing Joel, go ahead and put your party audio on as well. And we're going to begin with you, finishing 4th here today at Road Atlanta. Standing Joel, you ran a very, very consistent race. Some issues early on for Breeze and Survey kind of shuffled the field around. It seemed like you were able to capitalize on that a little bit. You tried to track down Hydra. Hydra just was getting away. He was on another level, it seemed like. But you ran consistently all race long, battled Survey for the longest time. Eventually get passed by Breeze coming out of your pit stop. But other than that, you ran a really consistent race today. Just take us through your race and how you felt.
Yeah, nice race. Like you said, very consistent. Actually, really uneventful, except for a little bit turkey. I liked it. Shame the Hydra was so fast.
But nonetheless, Standing Joel, it was a very good performance by you, getting a top 5 finish. That's got to feel good. Going into week number 2 gives you a great opportunity to possibly battle for the championship, but congratulations on a top 5 finish here today, Joel.
Thank you.
And it looks like Senna's not going to ring the bell to come in, but Senna finishing in the 5th spot today after a late disconnect by Bobberts, so very unfortunate to see Bobberts get out late, but nonetheless finishing top 5, MEX Senna. Moving up the list, Survey, and Survey, early on in the race, you had the lead. Breeze had a little bit of a mistake early on. It looked like you had a sim twitch going through the S's. You had to battle your way back up to the front. And it seemed like for a while there, you might have had the speed to catch up to Hydra, but it just seemed like not enough laps to really get there at the end of the race. And then I got to ask, did you have some miscues, or did you just let Breeze by there at the end? Oh, definitely, and definitely. It was a lot of work by both of you. I know, I think Breeze had a lot of work. It took him a while to get around a couple of drivers, but it definitely was able to get back up to you at the end there, and respectively giving the position to him due to an earlier incident. But I have to ask that, we were doing rolling starts for this series, and this track's a little tricky for that. It seemed like the back group had a hard time getting to you guys. Did you guys try to wait a little bit there? Because it looked like you guys did a little bit. Yeah. Not sure if you guys noticed that, but yeah, the back group didn't get to you guys in time. And Survey, just to let you know, your party audio isn't on. you're fine. You're fine. Someone just said something in the chat. But no, go ahead, continue.
Okay, he lost. I think like I slowed down right before the start because for some reason I was like a car length ahead of Breeze, and I was like, oh, I'm not starting in first. Yeah, that's not right. So I slowed down, and then I think maybe I lost a lot of momentum, that which maybe slowed down a couple other people. But
and what happened?
I wasn't expecting the rolling start.
Well, what happened when you in the S's? Did you just get a little too twitchy there, or how did that all go about?
It was just me being too aggressive in that section. I didn't have a good line, and I was trying to hold off Hydra. Sorry, I was trying to hold him off, and so I didn't want to lose any momentum. But I just overextended it, hit the grass. That made the car. It wasn't even really the grass that did it. It was after I hit the grass, I tried to turn even more to get the line for the next turn, and that's what made the car just get loose, and then I spun. Well,
you were able to kind of catch it there before it could have gotten worse, because the way you spun out and how you ended up, you were able to kind of not lose as much as you probably could have, because if you probably were thrown in that sand or thrown in the wall, probably would have lost a lot more time. But you were able to get back on your feet, be able to get moving, and you were able to finish top 3. So not a terrible day, but not the day you're probably expecting.
I'm pretty happy with it. Less, I think Merck deserved that win first pace. I'm happy with third.
Well, congratulations, serving on a top 3 finish. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. And thanks. Breeze, welcome back. We haven't seen you since GT, and what a race it was for you. Like what we just found out, got a little bit of a bump early on in the race, kind of knocked you out of line, but you seemed like you had a really hard time battling, especially early in the race when you did fall behind, and as the race started progressing, it seemed like you kind of got, maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like you got a little bit tired of being behind people, started throwing a little bit of more aggressive lines at people, but was able to finish top 3 here today. Just take us through your race.
Yeah, it was just, I dropped behind, and then, I don't know, I was just getting my head back and then getting my pace back, and then finding my way, and then when I got into my groove again, I was able to just be a bit more aggressive against people and just hopefully get past them. But Bobbit's messed up in the end anyway, so he just helped me out there.
But like I said, Breeze, you had some really great pace, especially in qualifying, and then seeing the times here late, you were only about a 10th off of Hydra. So what a battle could have been between both of you guys if things didn't go south. But you were able to bounce back from that early on and finishing second. I'm sure you got to be pretty happy about that, especially after early on.
Yeah, I'm happy with second. Really happy with that. It just means I haven't lost too much to Hydra now, but he deserved that today anyway. He had really good pace today, to be fair to him. Well, just to let you know, Forza kicked me out, so we got to enjoy you in a default livery the whole race. I just said you made it yourself, so. That's about all I could do anyway. Forza's just, no, it wasn't you. It was on there, but when I got kicked out early in the race, I had to get back in real quick, so it ended up going away. But nonetheless, congratulations on a top 5 finish, Breeze, and looking forward to seeing you the rest of the season, as the championship looks like it's going to be pretty tight between a few of you guys. So congratulations once again. Thank you. And your winner, ESV Hydra, getting the first win on the season. And Hydra, a very quiet race for you, but I have to ask as well, after Survey's incident, it didn't seem like you were getting too far away from the pack. It seemed like you were struggling a little bit, not getting consistent lines. But then later in the race, you started kind of getting your ground. And we talked about this, being that you were formerly Aerox Merc, back in the GT series. We talked about how your consistency struggled early on in the season, then you really got it late. Are we kind of seeing that again, or is that just a fluke moment that we just saw?
I don't know what to call it. Around this track, I tend to be inconsistent, and to get to push around this track, you have to take some risky lines. and it is easy to mess up. I will be honest with no rear downforce. So yeah, that's basically what happened. Hopefully I can put myself together for the rest of the season.
Well, regardless what happened, you took off like a rocket. You never looked back. You didn't have any company. You had a few lap cars to get around, but it seemed like they respectively just got out of the way instead of having you to work real hard. Looking to be the points leader right now going into next week. It's a good way to start the season. So anything to take from that whole race? I know it was a pretty quiet race for you, but is there anything specific throughout the race that really stood out for you?
I don't know, just the fact that I could put down those laps. I didn't think I could go as fast as I could.
Well, congratulations nonetheless on your victory here, Hydro. Very looking forward to seeing you, Breeze, and the remaining group go at it for the title of the season in our first ever M3 series. It looks like it's going to be a pretty stiff field, so congratulations on your win here today.
Thanks, man.
And that'll do it here at Road Atlanta. Week number 1 in the books. ESV Hydra takes the win, followed by Breeze, Serby, Standing Jewel, and Senna as your top 5. I'm SSR Mayhem. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place, different track. Thank you all, and have a great night.